Hello students, in continuation with chapter squares and square root, today we are going to study about square root. In our previous sessions, we studied about squares, properties of squares, and in this video, we will study about square root and its properties. So what are square roots? Before starting this topic, first we shall study the following situation. So first of all, I am drawing a square here. This is a square. Suppose its area is 81 centimeter square. So this area is given. So we know that area of square. Area of square is equal to side into side. Already we have studied this topic in our previous classes. So, side into side is equal to 81 centimeter square. Area is given here. So we know that side into side is area, or we can write side square is equal to 81 centimeter square. Now children, to find side, this side of the square or this side of the square, we need to find a number whose square is 81. So to find this side, we need to find a number whose square is 81. Right? This is one of the situation to find side of the square. Now take another example. This time I am drawing here a rectangle. Let us suppose its sides are, let us take this as 6, any unit, and this is as 8, maybe centimeter. And now the question is to find the length of the diagonal. Now we know that in a rectangle all angles are 90 degree. So in this way, name this A, B, C, D. So in this way, this triangle is a right angle triangle where two of the sides are given and we have to find the length of third side. Now triangle is right triangle. This concept also we have done in our previous classes. So what is the length of the diagonal? To find length of diagonal, what we have to do? We have to use here Pythagoras theorem. In Pythagoras theorem, we know that hypotenuse square is always equal to base square plus perpendicular square. So this is the base of the triangle, this is perpendicular of the triangle, and this is the hypotenuse. So I am just replacing this by the name of the sides. Base is BC square plus AB square, which means AC is the length of the diagonal, which we have to find out, 8 square plus 6 square, or AC square is equal to square of 8 is 64, square of 6 is 36. So AC square is equal to, if we add, we will get 100. Now again here, to find the length of AC, we need to think of a number, right? We need to think of a number whose square is 100, whose square is equal to 100. So this number we have to think about, right? So children, in these cases, both the cases, in these cases, we need to find a number whose square is known. So finding the number with the known square is known as finding square root. This is the meaning. Finding the number with the known square is known as finding the square root. Now we'll study how to find square root, finding square roots. So children, as we know that addition is the opposite of subtraction, multiplication is the opposite of division. Similarly, square roots are just opposite of squares. So square roots are, like we can see here, that addition is the opposite of subtraction, multiplication is opposite of division. Similarly, square roots are the opposite of squares. Squares we have already studied in previous session, right? So square root are the opposite of squares. It means finding square root is the inverse operation of square, right? Now take example for this. Till now you have studied that square of, suppose 3 is equal to 9, right? Square of, take any other number, 7 is equal to 49, right? So inverse operation means what you will say, therefore square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 49 is 7. So this is the inverse operation, right? So this side it is square and this side it is square root. Now children, see, this side you have learned, you have written, every time you will not write in words square of or square root, right? So this side already you know that 3 square of 3 will be written as 3 square equal to 9. Square of 7 will be written as 7 square is equal to 49. Any other square of 9 or 9 square is equal to 81. So this concept you have already learned. Now you can ask question, do we have any how to represent square root? How can we represent square root? Every time we have to write in words square root? No, we cannot write every time. So how to represent? Representation of square root. How to represent a square root? So for this, square root of a number is indicated by a symbol, which is this one. This is the symbol of square root. So we have to write the particular number inside this symbol, and this symbol is also known as radical sign. This is radical sign, right? So this is square root or square root. Now see, here it is blank, but actually there is a number 2, square root, because 2 stands for square. So here it is 2. As for positive number, we are not writing plus sign in front of that. For the square root, we are not writing any number over here, but otherwise there is a 2 inside this V portion, right? Inside, not outside, in between this. We have to 2 is written. It is your wish to write or you can leave. for this example also. Square root of 36 is equal to 6. We can write square root of 81 is equal to 9, right? So this is the symbol of square root. Now one more point, very important point. Since, see here, 81, sorry, okay, I'll go this side. 9 square is equal to 81, right? If we do square of 9, we'll get 81. But if this is negative 9 minus 9, then also we are getting plus 81, right? So the number can be positive or negative. Its square will always be positive, whether the number is plus 9 or minus 9, right? So both, when we do the square of both these numbers, positive and negative, we will get positive 81, right? Fine. So as I told that when we do square of positive 9 or negative 9, we get 81 positive only, right? Or we can say that square root of 81 is plus 9 or minus 9, right? We can say that square root of 81 is positive 9 and negative 9. So children, we can say that now square root of all positive, thus we can say that square root of all perfect square numbers are two numbers, one is positive and other is negative. So in this chapter we shall take up only positive. This positive and negative you will learn in senior classes, but now in this class and in this chapter we shall take up only positive square roots of a natural number, right? For example, square root of 9 will be 3. It will not be minus 3, right? Square root of 16, it can be 4, not minus 4, right? So negative values in this class we will not study. We will study only about positive values. But you should remember that we have positive and negative both for any square root of any perfect square number. Now next we have right. Next we have few properties of square root. I am reading for you. All properties are written here. Go through it. The square root of an even number is an even number and the square root of an odd number is an odd number. Already we know that. In squares also we have done. So this is the reverse order. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 16 is 4. So even number, even number. This is also even, even. Here odd number, 49 is odd. Its square root is also odd. Your second property is if the digit at ones place of a number is 2, 3, 7, 8 and odd number of zeros, then it does not have a square root in the set of natural number. Any number ending with 2, 3, 7, 8 or odd number of zeros means either single 0, 3, 0, 5, 0, then there will not be a square root of that particular number given to you. Then third is if a number has a natural number as square root, then its unit digit must be 1, 4, 5, 6, 9 and even number of zeros. So that number will be a perfect, we can find out the square root of that number, right? Then negative numbers have no square roots, right, in the system of natural numbers. Like square root of minus 25 is not equal to 5. Actually, they are imaginary numbers. And you will study about this imaginary number like square root of minus 36 or square root of minus any number, right? 49. This you will study in higher classes, not now. So here only you will remember that square root of negative number is not possible now. These are the properties of square root. Now we are going to do few sums from exercise 6.3. First question is, what could be the possible ones digit of the square root of each of the following numbers, right? So here I have written first number is, it is 1, 9801. Here it is 1, right? To find this, we have to tell only when we find out the square root of 9801, what could be the possible ones digit, ones place में कौन सा digit आएगा इसके square root में, right? So here in the given number 9801, digit at ones place is 1. So this is ones place digit, which is 1. Now we know that square of 1 and 9, right? 1 and 9. See here, square of 1 is equal to 1, square of 9 is equal to 81. So they both are ending with 1, right? So we know that squares of 1 and 9 gives the number 1 at its ones place, right? So here I have written also. So hence possible ones place or ones digit of the square root of 9801 is 1 or 9. So either it can be 1 or it can be 9. Similarly, take another example, 99856. So in this, digit at ones place is 6, right? So first of all, check by squaring which number we will get 6. One is 4 square 16 and another is 6 square is equal to 36. So they both are ending with 6, right? So possible digit can be 4 or 6. So here digit at ones place is 6. We know that square of 4 and 6 gives 4 and 6 gives the number 6 at its ones place. Hence possible ones digit of the square root of 99856 is 4 or 6. So this is the possible ones place digit, right? So similarly you will do next two parts, third part and fourth part. Try yourself, right? Now the next question is number 2. Without doing any calculation, find the numbers which are surely not a perfect square number, right? So 153 and second I have noted here 257. So in this way, in this question we know that numbers ending with 2, 3, 7, 8 and odd number of zeros are not a perfect square, right? So this given number, given number which is 153 is ending with 3, which is not a perfect square, right? So next part also, so here also the given number is ending with 7 and 7 never appears at one's place of perfect square number, right? So because the reason I have written here together this one, so here I can write simply that the given number is ending with 7 and 7 never appears at one's place of a perfect square number. So similarly you will solve remaining two parts, here also third and fourth part. Try yourself and go through this video. We'll meet with the next topic in the next class. Till then, thank you. Bye.